The number of people infected with coronavirus surged by more than 3,000 overnight as experts worry it could become a pandemic. This morning in the epicenter city of Wuhan, a newly built hospital dedicated to treating the virus started to accept new patients. More than 420 people have died in China and more than 20,000 people have become sick worldwide. Mola Lenghi is at Princeton University, that's in New Jersey, where about 100 students who recently traveled to China were required to, quote, self-quarantine. Mola, good morning. I'm not sure what that is. Doesn't sound good, though. How are the students doing?
Well, yeah, good morning, Tony. 5 students here on campus are still being assessed, but school officials told us this morning that no students at any point have shown any signs or symptoms of coronavirus. This has been precautionary. The requirement to self-quarantine is part of federal and state guidelines. But, you know, it shows, it's just another indication of how fears of this rapidly spreading virus are spreading throughout the country here in the United States, more than 7,000 miles from where this outbreak began.
You're afraid to go out because there is a lot of panic everywhere.
As the coronavirus leaves parts of China in a seemingly never-ending lockdown,
I think it's quite safe to go outside now if you don't interact with people.
Some countries are taking extreme measures to stop its spread. Australia sent hundreds of evacuees from Wuhan to a remote island in the Indian Ocean for at least 2 weeks to monitor them for symptoms. In Japan, officials quarantined thousands of cruise ship passengers after a Hong Kong man who sailed on it last month tested positive for the virus. And in Hong Kong, more than 2,000 medical workers went on strike, demanding that the government close all its borders with mainland China. The crisis is far-reaching. Coronavirus cases have spread to more than 24 countries. 2 deaths have been identified outside of mainland China, but the World Health Organization called some countries' restrictions excessive.
There is no reason for measures that unnecessarily interfere with international travel and trade.
In the U.S., officials have identified a second case of human-to-human transmission, this time in California. The CDC is currently monitoring 82 people for potential infection.
What is there to still be concerned about?
In some cases, a person without symptoms seems to have transmitted the virus. How often does that happen?
Dr. Mark Mulligan is head of infectious diseases at NYU Langone in New York City.
It seems that the virus spreads fairly easily when you're not isolating cases quickly and quarantining contacts quickly. They're now doing that in China. We're doing that here. How effective those measures will be, again, is something that worries me.
Well, the Department of Health and Human Services announced yesterday that it's making nearly $250 million in emergency funds available to respond to the coronavirus. That'll include funds that'll go towards screening and monitoring returning U.S. citizens, Tony, who are expected back here in the United States in the coming weeks.
A lot of money there. Hope it helps. Mola, thank you very much.